Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to repot this mini jade bonsai tree into this concrete pot, which I have a video down below in my on my channel of how I make these concrete pots myself in different sizes and different shapes. So if you're interested in that, check that video out next. But this mini jade plant, I'm going to take it out of this pot, take most of the soil away from the root ball, and then repot it. So I'm going to go ahead and start by seeing how difficult it's going to be to take it out of this pot. I can already tell it has a very good root structure to it. And I will be planting it as a slanting bonsai, kind of the way it has been growing for the last several years as a pre-bonsai in the slanting style. Has some very nice larger roots towards the top over here, which are nice to see. Might be able to have some of those exposed on the surface to make the tree look like a very mature and older tree in the wild. So that's a very healthy root system that this mini jade has. And I'm not going to trim any of the roots because with this pot that it's going into, there's plenty of room for all those roots. So I'm just going to set the tree there. And these pots that I make, they do have 2 large drainage holes in them. So to keep the soil from washing out, I just take a normal piece of window screen and place it inside the pot over top of those holes. And that does the trick. Next thing I'm going to do is just fill the pot with my bonsai soil. Now my bonsai soil that I use for most of my plants is made up of 50% turfus, which is this orange baked clay that provides a lot of aeration in the soil for the bonsais, prevents root rot, and then 50% composted mulch is the other ingredient that I use. The composted mulch provides your water retention, so the bonsai gets enough air with the turfus and gets enough moisture from the composted mulch. Let's see. And the front of the tree is going to be facing the camera right now. And instead of having it straight in this pot, I want to have it at a slight angle to the viewer, going away from them. And instead of being a formal upright, I want it to be a slanted bonsai. I think that's good. I'm just going to spread the roots out a little bit. That looks good. And then I'll start adding some more soil. And then once I get this tree in this pot a little bit, I'll take another look at it and make sure it's at the angle, sitting at the angle in the pot that I want. Now this bonsai soil mix that I use is very good for most types of bonsai trees. It's really good for all types of jades, and it's really good for desert roses. It's also good for more tropical trees also. I'm going to just make sure that there's no air pockets around the roots. Now I'm going to turn the tree towards me so I can look at the front of it. And I'm going to raise the tree up a little bit. like that angle, both slanted and going away from the viewer. I'm going to make sure that there's no air pockets now that I've moved the tree around in the pot a little bit. I will give you a view of it, and then I'm going to do a little bit of slight pruning to the tree also. All right, I'm gonna turn it back my way. My pruners, and there's a couple branches now because I've lowered the slant of the tree even more than what it was as a pre-bonsai. So there's a couple branches now that are touching the soil, so I'm just going to remove those. Then I have a couple branches that have died back in there. And then I have a branch, I'll show you, right here on the tree. If this branch is at least partially gone, it really opens up the trunk line to the viewer. So I'm going to at least take half of that branch away, if not more. Let me start by taking just half of it and see if I like that or if I want to take the whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take the whole thing off because it really just opens that tree up, the branch structure and the trunk. And then there's another little branch that's coming off of the trunk of the tree itself. I'm going to go ahead and take that branch off too. And that really opens up the trunk line to the tree. And you know, I think I actually want to turn this tree in the pot just slightly, a little bit more away from the viewer. pretty happy with that. I'm gonna give you guys a look at the front of the tree again. And then the next two things I'm going to do is fertilize it with Osmocote Plus. This fertilizer is a slow release 6-month fertilizer. You just sprinkle that on top of the soil, and then this way, every time that you water your tree, there'll be a low amount of fertilizer that will go into the soil to fertilize the tree. And then the last thing I'm going to do to this tree today is just give it a thorough soaking of the soil, and then after that I'll put it back into its full sun growing space. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you would, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button also. That helps get this information out to more people on YouTube's algorithm. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys, and I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. And until the next video, I hope you have a great day.